Episode 7 kicks off with a high-quality, ultra-sweet serving of romance straight from our boss lady Pride. The second she hears the news that young Arthur has been officially promoted to vice captain of Squad 8, Pride gets so hyped she loses all control and dives in for a massive celebratory hug. This surprise squeeze leaves young Arthur completely stuck in a loading screen for a few seconds, his mind spinning fast because the princess is not only adorable but also smells incredible at such a close distance. Arthur low-key thinks there is absolutely no way he can focus on training after this. However, before those pink romance bubbles can float for long, Big Boss Harrison crashes the party with a terrifying face, strictly demanding that the guy wrap up his paperwork handover and assume his new role by the end of today. Classic Squad 8 work ethic right there, a place that only worships raw combat power and maximum efficiency, keeping everything so fast-paced that the new Vice Captain Arthur has to instantly switch to serious mode. Meanwhile, Pride receives an urgent diplomatic notification that carries extreme tension. The Hanazu Alliance, a nation notorious for its isolationist policy, cutting off all contact with the outside world, suddenly takes the initiative to send a message wanting to tighten tight bonds with Frisia, specifically emphasizing their desire to get close to Princess Pride. This deal sounds sketchy and highly suspicious, because the one acting as the messenger is Prince Leon of the neighboring country Anemone, rather than an official envoy. On top of that, Hanazu urgently requests a royal visit in just 5 days. Relying on her hack game manual and knowledge from the old script, Pride instantly realizes this timeline aligns perfectly with the exact moment the game started 1 year ago, back when she was still the ultimate final boss Villainess. The squad immediately starts brainstorming and investigating Hanazu's internal affairs. While their crown prince is an outstanding, wise ruler, information on the second Prince Cedric, the one about to lead the delegation here, is a complete mystery with zero data available, except for the fact that their country is incredibly wealthy in resources and money. Right when the political waters are showing signs of rippling, Arthur has a highly entertaining interaction with his close buddy. Getting roasted for becoming arrogant right after getting a promotion, Arthur fires up his confidence mode, locking in his ultimate future goal to sit on the Knight Commander's chair to make his sword grinding worth it. Hearing this, Stale straight up splashes a bucket of cold water on him, reminding Arthur that if he wants to be the top boss leading the entire army, his head needs to be full of wisdom. And his overall capabilities must be comprehensive, rather than just knowing how to swing a sword and fight. Besides, Arthur's dad, the current commander Roderick, is still at the absolute peak of his game, and old Ginger is always spicy, so it's going to be a long time before it's this kid's turn to daydream. Right after, Arthur confidently states that he fears no one when it comes to swordsmanship and will pour all his strength into fulfilling his duty to protect Pride. An urgent message from the guards crashes in. The Hanazu Alliance carriage has officially pulled up to the castle. This sudden arrival causes Pride to instantly activate maximum high alert mode, because the guy stepping down from the carriage is none other than Cedric, the final piece of the main character puzzle from the past life's game. According to the original script, this guy is the future fiancé of the female lead Tiara, while also being the tragic victim driven into a dead end by the ultimate villainous Pride until he loses everything. The moment he steps into the royal hall, Cedric loudly proposes tightening diplomatic ties and forming an alliance. Pride tells herself she has to activate her masterclass acting mode, pretending to be completely clueless about the script to look as genuinely surprised as possible in front of everyone. But this deal sounds incredibly sketchy and highly unstable because Cedric demands that the Frisia side must personally travel all the way to their country just to sign the contract. The reason provided is that the king is tied up with special business and cannot leave. This specific detail leaves both Queen Rosa and Pride with a massive question mark, suspecting that this young man is acting entirely on his own without any approval or permission from their country's royal family. It's true that even if he is the king's younger brother, traveling across borders alone to negotiate an alliance by himself like this is completely absurd. According to Pride's hack game guide, Cedric is the narcissistic CEO type of prince, maintaining 100% confidence in his own looks, completely opposite to Leon's charm. However, this guy has a fatal flaw. He is incredibly naive and lacks real-world knowledge, frankly meaning he is astonishingly clueless at this stage. And yet, right during the castle tour, instead of approaching his target Tiara like the script dictated, this narcissistic prince pulls a sudden 180-degree turn. Seeing Pride agree to guide the way, Cedric continuously drops sweet talk, praising the beauty of the two sisters and smoothly pulling off a highly dominant close-up approach. The guy casually strokes his hair, sniffs her scent, and attempts to steal a kiss from our main boss lady Pride herself. Our boss lady instantly realizes this narcissistic youth is copying the exact script used to flirt with the female lead Tiara in the game and applying it to her. Just as Cedric is about to make a deeper move, Arthur appears right on cue like a total god, activating his protect the boss lady mode and smoothly dismissing the foreign prince back to his room under the pretext of being exhausted from the long journey. Pride begins to suspect that behind Cedric's aggressive forwardness, there must be a massive hidden Yuan clan plot just like in the game. That very night, a secret package from Leon's place is delivered via Val's express shipping. Pride immediately invites Tiara, along with the Knight Squad, Alan and Arthur, to start working on something very sketchy in preparation for tonight's action plan. When she hears Arthur digging for details about the daytime castle tour with Cedric, Pride tries to speak up for him, but Stale instantly sees right through his sister's awkward expression. Even though Pride strictly orders everyone to keep it a secret to avoid making a scene, the killing intent radiating from Stale and Arthur is already bursting, causing the two young men to immediately put Cedric on their high-priority watch list. The climax is a standoff thick with gunsmoke between Stale and Cedric in the side hall. When Cedric curiously digs into Frisia's military situation and Queen's system, Stale straight up switches to big strategist mode to lock down the foreign youth with a heavy lecture on the law. Stale emphasizes, in this kingdom, any guy who isn't close but dares to lay hands or cross the line with the princess is charged with a felony worst-case scenario. He gets sent to the lobby right on the spot. This absolute fire-tier warning leaves Cedric completely shook and glitching. Luckily, Prime Minister Gilbert shows up right in time to break it up, advising Stale to tone down his attitude since the opponent is still a neighboring prince after all. After getting double-teamed and shut down by Prime Minister Gilbert and Stale's legal breakdown, the narcissistic Prince Cedric can only laugh it off. Stale also cleverly fakes a gentle stroke to the foreign youth's ego with a few casual compliments, making Cedric completely buy into the idea that he is a highly respected guest with a grand responsibility, remaining totally clueless that he was just blacklisted. Meanwhile, in the royal kitchen, Pride and Tiara are together preparing a surprise feast. Thanks to classified intel from Captain Callum, Pride knows Arthur is absolutely crazy about roasted pork and soup, so she decides to personally step into the kitchen to make a celebration gift for his promotion to Vice Captain of Squad 8. Our boss lady even plans to bake some character-shaped cookies for Stale. But with her clumsy curse from her past life, Pride knows damn well that without Tiara's main character Aura nearby to hold the bowl and balance the ingredients, this kitchen would definitely turn into a disaster zone. Fortunately, under their smooth teamwork, the two sisters pull off a batch of delicious cookies way beyond expectations. However, right when the two sisters step out to grab more ingredients to bake for the rest of the night squad, a total facepalm event occurs. While wandering around trying to find Pride's room to apologize, Curse Cedric gets led straight into the kitchen by the irresistible aroma. Instead of maintaining his royal etiquette, this narcissistic youth shamelessly starts grabbing cookies for a taste test, then sits down at the table and completely polishes off the entire plate of roasted pork that Pride prepared specifically for Arthur. When the night squad along with Stale walk in, witnessing the foreign prince freeloading while nodding in pure delight, Arthur instantly loses his temper, shouting straight into his face, "That is not food meant for you." Despite getting strictly shut down, Cedric keeps his completely unbothered attitude and tells himself in his mind that he has completely fallen into the love trap of our boss lady's homemaking skills. The episode closes with an atmosphere thick with gunsmoke, signaling a fiery top-tier battle between the bodyguard knights and this clueless prince in the next episode.